We go back to the first thing you said on the pregame show. This could be a trap game. You never know after the emotional, incredible lift they got the other night, and it almost looked exactly that way.
Yeah, this game looked very young, a lot of young mistakes. And for the young guys, I thought they were the biggest culprits in this game because you want to have that garden moment that Mika had on Thursday. And for the young guys, they were a little too fancy rather than fundamental. And not getting into the zone, not making smart plays to get the puck deep, trying to be really cute through the neutral zone. And that's what came back to bite this team. And I can understand where you're on this euphoric high after what Mika did. And all the young guys want to feel that too. But you don't do it that way unless you do it as a team. This is a team sport. And take it this way. Mika's 5 goals the other night, Johnny, every one of those was passed to him. Mm-hmm. It's not like he went through all 5 guys by himself. Right? The only way the Rangers are going to turn this around is by dissecting this game and figuring out exactly why it went wrong and then not repeating that again, because that's losing hockey is what that is. That's going to lose 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, and what's kind of puzzling about it is it didn't start off necessarily badly for the Rangers. Yeah. They took the lead early in the first period, and then they had the lead after 20 minutes.
I liked the first period a lot. I was inspired by some of the play of Adam Fox, and he ends up having a pretty tough night, but he had a great first period, and that could be said for a lot of the players. The big guys were ready to play at the start, and I thought this was a sign of things to come because you could see the communication through the neutral zone. Gauthier here is tapping his stick. He's got the beaver tail going, and Fox gives it to him with speed. Hedl gets into space, and this is actually the one area of weakness for the Devils. They give up a lot of chances from the slot area. Goaltender's down. Hedl deposits the puck. And you know what? That's the first big moment where, okay, things are looking good. But you have to take a step back and make sure that you're not getting ahead of yourself at the same time. But the things that were working for the Rangers in the first period were the pinches from the D. They were active. Fox was great, as I had said, and all of the play was moving forward. Everyone's coming downhill as one, and now you've got a 3-on-2 with a trapped defensive pair for the Devils. A lot of open ice again in the slot area for Zibanejad, and you're starting to feel like, you know, is this league this easy? You know, is it going to get harder out here? Because it was pretty shinny-like at moments. It wasn't really a buckled-down first period like we saw on Tuesday against the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, and for Mika Zibanejad, goal 39 on the season, 9 goals in 4 games, and now goals in 10 of his last 11. The only 2 Rangers in their history that have ever done that have their numbers in the rafters, and that's Jean Rattel and Andy Bathgate.
Oh.
It's a stunning achievement he's had.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, and it's tough to try and take any positive out of what just happened tonight. I'm happy to see that he's going to keep running on this because he needs to drag everybody along. But you know what? He's got to reset too, John. I mean, he was saying like he didn't sleep much after that game, and you can see why. Again, it's a little bit too high. It's a roller coaster of a season, and right now it's time to reset.
All right, yeah, because in the second period, it took all of 96 seconds for the Devils to turn that from a 1-goal deficit to a 1-goal lead. And by the time the period was over, Igor Shesterkin, starting for the first time in 2 weeks, was out of the game.
Right, and the goal that hurt him was really the first one. Again, now it's almost been 5 games where we haven't seen the collective goaltending that we saw for the entire season. And every game there's been bad goals for the last 5. That's a fact. And it's very tough to try and beat that. And for the Rangers in the second period, it's a little bit young and loose in front of their net on the first one, which is the Palmieri goal. The Claesson goal is a play that's down low here that's not fended off well by Gauthier or Hedl, and it's a wide open shot, but again, that's a clear-sighted shot. That's one you want your goaltender to make a stop on. And then you've got a penalty kill situation here where Zibanejad falls down a little bit on the boards. You give up another one here on a screen deflection to Zajac, and these are not easy to defend for the goalie. By no means do I expect Shesterkin to make that save over and over again. It's not easy. In fact, the second goal and the third and fourth, rather, are the same thing, screen deflection. So he's out of the net, but you know, I think the Rangers are going to take a collective look at this and maybe even question whether or not should we have had him play a couple of games in Hartford before he came up. Because it worked before the All-Star break. He stayed back, he played, but guess what? They're kind of out of time in the season, too, so it's not like they had the luxury of having Shesterkin play 2 games over the weekend and then bring him back. So I understand that position completely. It was a very difficult decision for them to make. You want that heroics to come back. The 9-1 is now 9-2. He's still a terrific goalie. But right now, what's most important is the Rangers stay close to that playoff cut line, and whoever plays the next game is going to be the one that David Quinn thinks gives them the best chance to win.